Change the dirt in your brain. Twice in history there were Silk Roads. At the time, they didn't call them Silk Roads. This was a label given to that situation much, much later. Both situations were long trade routes. European empires on one side and Chinese empires on the other. One or two empires in between. And in between the empires were the nomads. Empires were empires because they could grow grain, storable grain. Once a society figures out how to grow more than they need to eat, they can use the stored grain to pay for other stuff. This is when societies develop much more than farming stuff, art, philosophy, military strategies, etc. What about the nomads? Nomads were nomads because they lived on the Eurasian steppe or the high plains, high and dry. So the only thing that can grow is grass. Basically, the difference between huge empires and nomads was the dirt they lived on. Because the nomads couldn't grow enough food to stay in the same place, they lived off their animals, milk and meat. This created a completely different lifestyle or life way, as they are called by historians. Of course, since the Industrial Revolution, they've figured out how to grow stuff pretty much anywhere by infusing the soil with the necessary stuff so they can grow more than just grass. Now, what does this have to do with anything? This can be a useful metaphor to apply to your brain. You could have a fertile brain capable of complex imaginations and creativity, a fertile and resourceful brain so you can grow a lot of stuff. Or you could have a nomad brain, not a brain like the nomads, but a brain like the not-so-rich soil the nomads lived on. So you can only think of basic things, like nomad dirt can only grow basic things. Ideas about today, tomorrow, and yesterday. Not much of a plan, just a hope for the best and bounce from day to day. But here's the thing. Everybody can only live one day at a time, but it's how you view your day-to-day activities that makes all the difference. This is one of the problems of too much alcohol, drugs, or any other addictions. Anytime a problem starts to pop up in the back of your brain, they get shoved back down by the drugs or booze or any kind of food addictions. They never get dealt with. On the other hand, if you slowly start thinking about a longer and longer future and how your decisions now will affect that longer and longer future, you'll be slowly changing your brain to be much richer and much more capable of producing gigantic empires. To learn more, visit mindpersuasion.com/live-training.